Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. You may call me Charm. I am doing another energy check just to see what is going on with the energy today. I've got my cards out and I'm just going to pull some of the other the card that was on the bottom of the deck of my oracle. I don't use tarot cards in my spreads. Right now I'm trying a different way of reading and I'm utilizing the tarot energies as a foundation with the oracle cards that I'm using. And the oracle cards that I'm using in this particular one as the focus is the Oracle of Mystical Moments by you can see the name right there. And I used to use her tarot deck, but now I'm using her oracle cards because I feel like I can pull more from it. And a lot of the cards do have an energy that's very similar to some of the tarot cards that they emanate, that they embody. So I do use that in combination with her design of them and her intention of them. So the one on the bottom of the deck that I got was number 44, Stranded. So prominent energy here, something that you feel stuck in. I feel like this is the this is more up in the air. So this could be about being more up in your head, almost feeling like it's a combination of the Four of Cups and the hanged one or hangman, however they say it, in reverse. A situation where something has been attempted and you feel stranded doing that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing all the time. So I want to break down the rest of the energies here. I'm going to pull the foundation for this, and I use the elements. Energies of the elements. First one is air. And that's funny that we were talking about that. It looks like it might be air energy, that you're up in your head because he's up in that tree. And the secondary energy is going to be earth. So something tangible, something in the physical plane that you're up in your head about, or you're thinking logically about a situation that you feel stranded in, potentially. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to put air here. Secondary is going to be here. And we're going to pull energy for what energy of the chakras are going to be utilized in this air and secondary earth energy. And that is the crown chakra. Okay. Getting some downloads. Getting some inspiration to help you in this way. And then we are going to clarify with the obstacle that you potentially could be dealing with. The obstacle, the energy that you're facing, or the energy that could be hindering you. And I use the 7 deadly sins energy in that because it's something I think humanity can relate to. Sorry, I wasn't showing you that I was shuffling on camera. And these are index cards that I created myself. Lust. We pulled lust again. Something that just feels really, people want to feel really good. I totally understand that. I get it, wanting to feel good at any cost. And that could mean, it doesn't have to necessarily have to do with a physical nature. It can, in terms of like, you know, your body, but it can be a lust for anything in this world. And we pulled air. So something that you're thinking a lot about that's tangible in the physical plane, pertaining to your crown chakra. It's very interesting. Okay, now we're going to pull some Chinese zodiac energies to see, and then in combination with, I got 2 again this time. See, 2 came out. The snake, and we're headed into the year of the snake next year, and the ox. So again, these 2 energies that just want to come out. But that's important to recognize that Spirit is wanting you to talk about two energies. Sometimes I get one. Sometimes I get two numerology cards, and I'm only wanting to pick one. So I've got my numerology cards here. I just go all the way up to 33. I go 1 all the way up to 33. Like I said, see, 2 came out. It's so, no, wait a minute, 3 came out. Oh, Lord. Okay. So you've got number 4, which is it's about stability, being dependable, being practical, loyal. And we got number 1, which is the pioneer, the leader, birth of all things, power. And master number 22, known as the master builder, diplomacy, teamwork, spiritual channels, cosmic wisdom. And we did get the crown chakra. So, see, there's always a rhyme and a reason. If you're listening to this message, this energy check, you could be a master number 22. You could be a life path. You could be a life path 1, or you could be a life path number 4. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. I'll try to get through it. We're already into 7 minutes in this. Sorry. Hopefully you'll stay and be intrigued with it. If not, hey, I'm doing this regardless. Okay, what am I going to put this? There. Okay. I can't see it. There. Okay. So let's start off with the first cards that I pulled in the index cards. I got riddle, something that you are trying to figure out, and something that's quite tricky. Something about lost in fame's or wealth's illusion. So maybe you're lost in the matrix. Okay, and the clarified cards for the riddle, riddle was clarified by this gardener, and lost in fame's health and illusion was clarified by to the moon and back. Okay, so basically with these energies here, with the gardener, this is somebody that is planting a lot of seeds, that's very secure. I think of this card a lot, very similarly to the 7 of Pentacles. But it's like even more secure in that. Kind of like the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles together in combination, but not quite as greedy. And you did get this, this number 4, stability. So you look at this, and she's very stable in what she's built. What she's built here, looks like she's got a building there on her dress. And when you're gardening number 27, which breaks down in numerology to a 9, that is coming to a close. We're headed into a 9 year, which is also the year of the snake, and we pulled the snake energy. So this might be a little bit of foreshadowing here, trying to figure out maybe what you're going to be doing in the 9 year and the snake year, trying to see what best is going to work with the material and the material sense. You're trying to figure that out, which kind of makes sense because you pulled the air energy, and the secondary energy is that earth energy. So you're trying to figure something out about what's going on in your life, and you're hoping to get some guidance here in that. You're feeling a little bit lost in the material sense. You're still going for this. To the moon and back is very reminiscent of the 9 of Cups, something that is very fulfilling to you. And in this particular card with the moon here, the moon energy might be really relevant. The moon cycles, if there is, I believe there's a full moon coming up, or we just had a full moon. So whatever the next big new moon or full moon, it's hard. The time is going by so fast. I don't know what that is, but the moon might be relevant to you, and potentially to this crown chakra that is coming up in this reading and this energy here. And the moon cycles might be really prevalent to maybe there is lost in the fame's wealth and illusion. Sometimes the moon creates illusions. So maybe in this riddle and in the seeds that you're trying to plant, you're trying to come to grips with that. You're trying to find, you're acknowledging that and you're recognizing that, and you're trying to resolve that. And this is really interesting here. This energy was really cool to me. So this is the Champagne Kisses, but it came up in reverse. And this is a card of celebration. So you're not celebrating something that liberated you. Something that liberated you. I don't know if you moved or you made a decision, obviously, that was very liberating. This bird here is freeing. It's like this is like the Two of Swords and the Justice card combined. So you're not celebrating this freedom, this liberation that you've had, this discovery of this. Potentially could be like an idea, but it looks like it could be something you moved on or you acted on. And this is happening in the present frequency. Interesting enough, even though you're not celebrating it, it's given you a lot of harmony and being grounded and completion within yourself. The mermaid's love, number 24, is 6. When you take 2 and 4 and you combine them, so 6 is very harmonious. I equate this card to be like the Gemini lovers in the tarot card deck. You see here, he is down on the ground. He's very grounded. She's up in the air. They balance each other out here. He is a bird, representation of air energy, and she's representation of water energy here. And so like yin and yang, kind of opposites attract, but they balance each other out in that way. So yin and yang energy. So something that liberated you that you're not necessarily celebrating, that happened in the present, but it also gave you a lot of balance and has given you a lot of self-love. And this also could be a relationship as well too. I don't do love readings, but I mean, this could be in whatever situation this is, with yourself, with a job, with a family, with a relationship. You've maybe found the harmony that you needed to find in that. And or maybe you need to in this lustful, but I think the lust is coming up, we're coming up to the lustful situation that where the lust pertains to at the bottom of this read. But this is all good. So that's good in that regard. And the two energies here with the snake and the ox. The snake is very wise and very charming and elegant and very transformational. And then the ox energy is very diligent, dependable, and determined and honest. And of course, both of those two energies have a flip side to them, a darker side, and we'll get to that when we get to the energy that we're dealing with. So then you've got the next card I pulled was the murmurs, and murmurs is like whispers. It could be considered like gossip. It also could be considered like past life energy, depending on the cards that are around it. And this next card here is Under My Umbrella, which is number 20. So it breaks down to a 2, and the balance thing again. So I feel like this card is to me, reminds me of the 6 of Pentacles, equal give and take. He is sheltering this bird, and this bird is giving him a ride and in style, because this bird's very colorful and is giving some color into his life, because, he's just very dark colors here, and added a lot of sunshine and, in a sense, a lot of color and vibrancy in his life. So the two are helping at each other and giving each other what they need, or added something to their life. So something pertaining to these murmurs or this download, but I got animal connection. This is very interesting. So that has to do with the crown chakra that we pulled. So this animal connection and listen. And this to me just feels, this card is very reminiscent to the High Priestess. And it's just about tapping in to around you. It could be like tapping into nature, tapping into your senses, So it doesn't necessarily have to be like there is an animal connection. There could be an animal connection, or it could just be the murmurs that maybe there are animals that are speaking to you, or these messages might come in like animals, or like they might transpire as when you get these downloads, they might come in like animal form in terms of whatever that means to you in whatever way that is. And it could come in any way as a vision, it could come in as a sound, it could come in a dream form. You could have a pet or an animal that you're really close to that is factoring into this situation, or you just your animal connection. It could be something that is you need to tap into your abilities to connect like an animal connection, and that it's not going to be done in the way that we talk. And so this, you need to open up to this way to help guide you through the situation that you're having a conundrum with this riddle in the material sense of whatever it is that you've planted, whatever it is that you're working on, that you feel lost in the material sense of it, or you feel lost in this world. You're not making the connections of it because of the illusions that you're not able to break through, or they're troubling you, but I feel like the decision, but you know this because you made a decision that liberated you, that you're not celebrating on in this present frequency, but it did bring you a lot of harmony and balance in your life with the Gemini energy, with the duality of that, and synergizing those two things together in this mermaid's love. Okay. And then we've got the next card I pulled was intervals of home in the sky, number 41, and number 41 breaks down to a 5. So you could be traveling. Again, like I said, maybe you made a decision to move on something. You don't have to be. Maybe there's travel in your future. Basically, this is home is any. I equate this to the 4 of Wands, which is community and home, stability. You did pull the number 4. Number 22 is a master builder number. So teamwork, cosmic, we said that, cosmic wisdom. And number 1 is, pioneer, leader, birth of things. Okay, interesting. Intervals. So there might be intervals of having to have flexibility and always knowing where your home is, and maybe where you're feeling grounded. And maybe it's going to be, like up at home in the sky could also be like, if we're talking about this air energy, literally using the air energy to feel grounded and get grounded in that way, so that you do feel like you have this home in the sky. Sometimes quite literally, these energies can translate that way. So just not getting so hung up on illusions in that way, and seeing past the riddle of the situation that you're dealing with, and which you have, because it's given you a lot of harmony and it's liberated you. Keep utilizing the balance that you are going to find in these downloads and these this connection that you have, that could be like an animal connection, or it's just very reminiscent of an animal connection. This awareness that you're going to have, this tapping into your listening and intervals. So there might be some flexibility that you're going to have to attain, where you're going to have to just always be flexible enough to find where home is always, where your heart is always where your home is always where the heart is, and just always being able to find that anywhere that you are, because it's always within you. It's always within you. And then the last one I pulled was cooking with grace upside down. So that's, instead of operating with grace, you're not doing that. But you got the flower spirit number 10, which is a 1. And we did pull this numerology number 1, which is the pioneer energy, the birth of all things, power. So maybe this is where the lust, stems from in this. The flower spirit is very reminiscent of the page. So this could be like a page of wands or a page of cups energy. A new beginning and an approach to something. You're having difficulty with it. You're not doing something with grace. You're not acting with something with grace. Something, even though maybe some of you guys maybe haven't come up in this frequency where you're going to act on something that's very liberating and it's going to liberate you, but you're not going to really celebrate it, but it will give you a lot of harmony and will bring that yin and yang into balance within yourself, that duality of that Gemini energy. And this utilizing your crown chakra is going to help in that way, and be able to help ground you intellectually in your thoughts and wherever you are. So you'll always find your harmony in that way wherever you go. And not wanting to feel good at any cost. So that could be anything that you're struggling with. You could be struggling with addictions of any kind. You could be struggling with ego. So this new beginning, this joyful endeavor that is very close to your heart, this card that something's really upsetting you, that you're not able to do gracefully. It's a new beginning, something that started up, or you feel like you can't, or you feel like the opportunity is not lending itself for you to do it with grace. You feel like maybe you have to do the opposite and be a little bit more cunning, which is understandable. The snake is very wise and do it and elegant and transformative. So maybe you need to be a little bit more. Some of y'all are either someone's doing this to you, take it how it resonates, where someone is wanting you, they're wanting to feel good off of doing something to you that allows in this new beginning that is not making you feel so great because you're not cooking with grace. And they are doing whatever that is to you, using lust, using feeling good at any cost. They're doing it pretty diligently, like an ox, and they're doing it very sly and possessive and snide. And this could be about a relationship, because we do have the oversexed with the snake, the negative energy of the snake. But you are one in this relationship. So if there's something going on with that, you're solid in that area. So I don't know if somebody's trying to push on that in whatever they're doing, but I don't really feel like it's necessarily that, though it could just be jealousy just because you're successful in that and they just want to disrupt it, and it has nothing to do with somebody who's like trying to take your person. It's just could just be, I know we didn't get the jealousy envy card, but sometimes people just are wanting to feel good at any cost, and misery loves company, and so they'll derail somebody in order to get what they want. So the opposite of the ox is big-headed, not willing to submit or admit defeat, hot-headed, sad loner, or won't compromise. And maybe this is what this cooking with grace is. There's a situation where maybe somebody needs to admit defeat, but they're not they're very big-headed and they're not willing to submit, and they won't compromise in whatever this situation is, where there's this new beginning going on, where in this situation, it's making people in this, whatever this, feeling stranded. And they're feeling stranded in this. And I can understand where that would come into play, and where you might feel defeated in that. But know that you have this stability in this gardener, and you do have liberty, which I feel like, even though this is number 2, you do have the master number 22. You're in the midst of building something. And when you get this card, I feel when you get this card, failure or stagnancy, or when you feel like, something is not moving forward the way that you want it to, there can be a lot of lessons to learn from that. There can be a lot of growth just out of this. You can grow substantially a lot through this, with this. So even though you may be experiencing this stagnancy, you can still grow and be a gardener through this. It's a way to learn in this situation, and being able to, I feel like, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting all of there's so many, tying it all together. I think I covered everything. Honestly, I just feel like a lot of people have a situation going on where you're dealing with something that could potentially be very complex in your life, and whether it's relationship or job or something that maybe you think quite a lot about. You think quite a lot about this, and so that's why we have this air energy here. Making sure that you listen to these downloads, get in touch with your crown chakra, and really tap in to things. Just slow down. If you feel like this reverse cook, you can't cook with, where you can't, it's too, maybe there's a situation where you might need to be a little bit cunning, but you also might need to take a step back in this new beginning and rethink it, because it is a joyful, caring experience that you're meant to have. And you are very balanced. The work that you're going to do, or the work that has, depending on where you are in this timeline, it is very balanced. It has got the duality of that. It is very logically solid in the air energy with the Gemini. And again, with some more air, this is a lot of air here, but this lust, wanting to feel good at any cost. Some of you may need to let go of that and just look at it from more of a detached way, versus feeling so much. And then those of you might be dealing with people that are wanting to put that on you, and again, dealing with it very detachedly, and you're going to feel liberated. You don't have to be all celebrating in people's faces. You can if you want to, but I don't think you will, because I think you have the wisdom of the snake, and the honesty of the ox to not act that way. You're very stable, and you're a natural leader, and you do have you're known to work with diplomacy and teamwork. So you have all of those, even though there are times where you feel like people might push you to do the opposite, or do things that might be out of your character. So just take a step back in all of that and realize there's a lesson here to be learned, and you will grow from this. So I hope that was helpful. That was kind of a long one, and it was there was a lot going on, and I think there's more to be learned from. There's a little bit more in there that I kind of want to delve into myself, because I think it's something that I can take a personal lesson from. But I hope that was helpful, and I hope everybody has a great day, and like and share, like and subscribe if you want to, and share this video if you found it helpful. Bye bye.